Hello everyone and welcome to the 9th official vlog for AZClickyBrix and welcome to September. So you know what that means. It is time for the August recap. Let's talk about what type of month August was for AZClickyBrix in terms of sales, efficiencies, things that had changed, the inventory status. Also, this also marks the 1 year anniversary from the time that I opened the store. So it is 1 year ago today that I actually went and opened my store on Bricklink and Brickowl. And just to kind of show everybody watching out there kind of the changes that the store has gone through, I'm going to show you a picture of, well, okay, so this is the picture that I took for Bricklink in order to let them verify that I'm legit, that I've got Lego and everything. And you can see how the store is set up. And here's another picture on where it looks today. So you know, quite a big change from a year ago to today. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the end of the second year brings. I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm hoping for a lot of big changes. I don't want the photo to look the exact same. So let's get to it. Let's start with the report out. Okay, we're going to get into the operations segment of the report out. This report out is going to go over sort of the operations for the month and give us a gauge on kind of where we're looking at for KPIs. The second segment, which is going to be new, is going to be centered around efficiencies and productivity. This has been something that I've been wanting to do for a while and started capturing some data last month, so I've got some numbers that I want to start showing, and it really helps me measure where I'm at versus where I've been and if I'm improving or not improving, and things and changes that I'm making, if they're working. And the third segment is of course our inventory segment, to talk about what the inventory looks like and kind of the condition the inventory is in. So let's get started. So right here, let's get rid of me. So right here is the orders. August last month was not a kind month for AZClickyBrix. We didn't even break 100 orders. We haven't had a month this bad since April. I mean, April was the last time that we were under 100, so not where we wanted to be in terms of order volume. So definitely looking to see what we can do to improve that in September. So very low month for AZClickyBrix in August. Orders per day came out to 3.1, which is a big drop from the 4.8 that we saw in July. Looking down here, you can see the day-over-day breakout of the orders between the three channels I sell into: Bricklink, Brickowl, and eBay. This month being August, 76% of the orders went to Bricklink, which is lower than what it's been historically in the past. Brickowl seems to be gaining ground month over month. This is the third month in a row where the share of orders has weighted more for Brickowl. So Brickowl, something's going on there. It seems like I'm getting more orders out of Brickowl lately, which is nice. And of course, I've got my one eBay order for the month right there. Definitely need to give eBay some love. So this is where we're sitting at for the year. 14% of the orders from Bricklink, and 85% of them coming, or I'm sorry, Bricklink 85%, 14% from Brickowl. So looking at the uploads for pieces versus sold, last month we uploaded 17.5 thousand pieces, only sold 8.4 thousand. Again, it was a very low month, so the net inventory went up by 9.1 thousand pieces. So the inventory definitely grew, and we'll talk about that in the inventory segment. Pieces sold per day dropped from the 446 we saw in July down to 271. So overall, not a pleasant story. Looking at lots, very similar. Less lots uploaded. Got 3.3 uploaded last month. Only sold 2.3, and the lots sold per day dipped under 100 for the first time since April to 75. So looking at the order health, which is an indicator of, are the orders not as healthy as they used to be. So here we can see that the pieces sold per order, let me get me back on here. So the pieces sold per order did drop down. It's been a consistent decline over the past 4 months. So 88 pieces sold per order. So the orders are getting smaller still. The lots sold per orders kind of maintained, even climbed a little bit. So even though the lots sold went up, pieces went down, the average lot size did dip down to the level that we saw back in June. So hoping it's just a blip and that this will continue to go back up the way it did here. So taking a look at quality. Quality looks really good for the month. I only had 2 pieces that we had issues with, and one I had to refund because it was a color problem. Somebody had ordered light pearl gray, and when I went to pull the order, it didn't look right to me. It was actually flat silver. So it got uploaded as flat silver. It got uploaded as light pearl gray when in actuality they were flat silver. So I gave them a refund on that. So pretty good on quality. Some of my favorite metrics: store, fans, my customer centric metrics. Love that, customer centric metrics. So we did gain some more fans at AZClickyBrix. We gained 5 fans for a total of 27 fans now at the store, which is fantastic. Love seeing this number go up. The return customer orders. Now I know that repeat customers is a good thing. Love my repeat customers. I love when people come back. So the percentage of orders was slightly up. They both show 10%, but you can see here that it is slightly up from where it was in July. So feel really good about that. I mean, again, the order volume was small. So we had 10 orders that were from return customers. And thank you all very much for coming back. Truly appreciate that. So let's talk about the store ranking. So this is something I started tracking last month. So total sellers in Arizona did increase. I mean, Arizona did have looks like 4 new stores open up in the month of August. And where AZClickyBrix falls within this conglomerate of stores for Arizona is we actually lost a spot in piece count, and I attributed that, and I looked at the stores that were out in front of me and the ones that I was kind of sitting behind, and it looks like they just jumped. So I think it was the Walmart clearance. They actually took their Walmart clearance and just flooded it in. So their piece count jumped significantly, and even though I ended the month with a higher piece count, I still wasn't able to gain a spot there. I actually lost a spot. So I'm sitting 21st as far as piece count and remained flat on where I'm at in the rankings for lot count at 10. Here's the big news. I call it the Ralph effect. Last month I had 6 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which I opened the YouTube channel, started it in July. That was the first month I did it. August was the second month. I opened up the month with, I ended July with only 6 subscribers. I ended last month with 79 subscribers, so flooded. I mean, just, it's fantastic. I didn't think it would have happened, and it was all because Ralph mentioned me on his vlog on his channel, which again, truly appreciate that, Ralph. Thanks, bud. So yeah, really good numbers there. So let's get into the productivity section. Okay, so this is the segment where we're going to talk about efficiencies and productivity and if things that I'm doing are helping or hurting the business as far as processes go. This is a new segment. I haven't done this segment before. So these are all brand new metrics and KPIs that I'm going to be looking at. We're going to go over bulk sorting, bulk cleaning, the entire process all the way from start to end. So we're going to start with bulk sorting. So when I get Lego, buying it in bulk. Now keep in mind that I'm going to be talking mainly about used parts right now. When I do bulk sorting, I go through and I sort out all of the non-Lego items, the imitation Lego parts like Mega Blocks, anything that is chewed up, excessively scratched, excessively faded. Basically Lego that I would not want to build with. So if I see a piece that I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want to build with that, it gets tossed into the not good Lego bin. And if it is an imitation Lego part or a non-Lego item, it goes in the trash can. And also, I want to pull out any electronic Lego pieces. So anything that is an electron, it's got electronics in it. I don't want that going through the cleaning process. So here you can see that I bulk sorted 43 pounds last month. You can only did 2.2 pounds in July, and that hurt me. Let me get me back on here. So in July, I was so focused on uploading that I failed to meet my goals in bulk sorting and catalog sorting or category sorting, and I ended up running out of parts at the end of the month. So we'll not be doing that again. I changed my production plan to give me a daily goal of what I need to make sure I'm bulk sorting and category sorting. That way I've always got something in the coffers to lean back on when I need to. So these 43 pounds took me 9 hours and 34 minutes to do, which gave me a run rate of 4.5 pounds per hour, which is more than doubled of what it took me in July. So good news there. I didn't really change anything as far as the process goes. It just must be getting faster, must be getting better at it. All right, bulk cleaning, the next step in the AZClickyBrix process. So in July, I cleaned 33.8 pounds. Took me about 2 hours and 41 minutes, which gave me a run rate of 12.6. Now, in August, I didn't clean as much, but it only took me 45 minutes to clean 26 pounds, which gives me a run rate of 34.4 pounds per hour. So what I attribute this to is I took part of the process from Nathan over at Brickslayer, and instead of washing, and cleaning all of my Lego in a giant Coleman cooler and then having to use a salad spinner and to dry it off, I actually got some laundry bags and used the washing machine method, and the labor is all cut out. It's literally like no labor really. I mean, maybe 10, 15, 12 minutes to do a load of labor. So great process improvement for AZClickyBrix there. Let's talk about category sorting. Okay, so I've had a lot of questions about category sorting, my categories, what's in them, kind of how I do it, but I'm not going to really get into that here. I just want to talk about the numbers. So in August, I category sorted over 36 pounds of Lego, which took me roughly 16 hours and 40 minutes. Now, pounds per hour did go down. So in July, I was sitting around 2.7 pounds per hour, but it went down to 2.2 in August. And I think why that is, actually I'm pretty sure why that is I added 2 new categories, which means that I'm touching the pieces 2 more times before putting them in the right category. I added a category called Technic Bricks and Plates and Curve Pieces. And the reason these 2 categories got added was my Technic category was just Technic, and that's multiple categories in itself. And Curve Pieces as well. I had Curve previously listed under slopes, and which were all my slope pieces, my inverted slopes, everything. So I actually had to break the curve pieces out because this category was just too large. It was growing too fast, too quickly. It was outpacing the other categories, so I decided to split this one out. But with that said, I'm actually going through in September, and I'm going to be revamping my categories. I'm probably going to end roughly 28 to 30 categories. I haven't quite fine-tuned it yet, so I'm definitely growing my categories. And the reason for that is there's categories in here like bricks and plates, slopes, windows, doors, panels, and arches that are just too large. They accelerate too quickly, and I'll get into the method about that in the inventory section, hopefully. But yeah, I've definitely decided to go through and revamp all of my categories. So more to come on that. It's actually quite a big endeavor. I've got to change a lot of things in my module. So my formulas are now looking at different category names and data collection points. So really interesting, really exciting, but a lot of work. But we'll talk more about that in vlogs to come. Uploading. Okay, so this section I want to talk about uploading just used parts. So in July, we uploaded 13.3 thousand used pieces. Now, when I'm talking about used, this does not include minifigs, this does not include new sets, and it does not include used sets. This is strictly parts. So 13.3 thousand pieces got uploaded in July. I uploaded less than that in August, but you can see my pieces per hour actually went up. So I really like what happened here, and I'm attributing that to the new category split out I did. So since I've taken the categories and actually added 2 new categories, and this is part of my thinking. Since I added 2 new categories, it actually fine-tunes these, so it actually sorts these down to less element IDs in a category than what was previous in there. So the curve pieces, for example, were all lumped into the slopes, which means there was more element IDs to sort through for that one category. So I'm thinking that I'm liking what I'm seeing by adding the more categories. It's a little extra work up front, but I think on the back end I'm actually becoming more efficient. I also saw the same thing in lots. So looking at lots, uploading lots, I was actually able to upload more lots per hour. So really good news there, and I think I'm going to continue down this road, and I'm really excited to see at the end of September, with the new categories in place, what these numbers look like. Okay, so uploading new. In July, as we talked about, I didn't really put a whole lot of emphasis on uploading new parts, new sets in July. In August, I did do a little bit more, not as much as I wanted to do, but I did get 7.1 thousand new pieces uploaded, which lots per minute was down. So this is something that I did see. Pieces per minute was up here, and why that is, why pieces per minute is up and lots per minute is down. I'm sorry, this isn't per minute, this is per hour. So pieces per hour, I gotta change this. So 837 pieces per hour uploaded for the new category, and 44 on the lot side. So why this is that it really gets down to the type of sets that I'm parting out. Now in August, I parted out a lot of dots. I parted out a couple Avenger sets and some mechs, but I did do a lot of dots. So very low lot quantities on those dots and very, very high part count. So that's why we see a large increase here and a lower and a decrease over here. So it's all the types of sets you're uploading. I'm glad that I'm done with dots. I've got all of my dot stuff done. Totally glad I'm done with that. So now I can focus on some of the more fun sets. Picking and packing orders. Okay, so this is a fun one. This is one that I have spent a lot of time on as far as process goes, trying to figure out the most efficient way to pick and pack orders. And I'm really measuring it by 2 criteria here. So one is all in, and one is going to be pick and pack. So what all in is this is the entire process from the time I get the order entry, picking, packing, printing out the shipping label, and notifying the customer that it is packed and ready to ship. This is what this entails. And the pick and pack is just the picking of the order and bagging it up in the baggies and packing the order. So I've got 2 different ways I look at this, because and the reason for that is that if I look at just picking and packing, if I look at the all in, I don't really capture the picking and packing piece. So the reason I actually started doing this is so I could start to look when I see an order come in. And this is something that Ralph and Derek over at Pop's Block Shop has been talking about, as well as Nathan at Brixlayer, is how long is this order going to take me when an order comes in. So looking at this, I really wanted to look at the pick and pack because I think it's a little bit better of a story than looking at the all-in, because the all-in, if I've got a small order, for example, the minimum time it takes me to pick an order, if it's one lot, is going to be about 4 minutes. One lot, one piece is about 4 minutes. Whereas if I've got an order that comes in and I've got like 100, and I've got one actually sitting in my queue right now, it's like 192 lots and hundreds of pieces, that's going to take me a lot more time. And that 5 minutes or 4 minutes of the printing the shipping label, notifying the customer, and entering the order is really minuscule. So I really want to measure this two different ways. So that's why I started doing the pick and pack and measuring that way. So looking at this, picking and packing for August, on average, I'm able to do 2.3 lots per minute. Now that is picking the order, putting it in the little baggie, and then at the end of the day, putting it in and packing it up. So I feel really good about that, and this is my baseline to what I'm going to start using to gauge myself on process changes, if I am doing good or doing worse. Okay, so that does it for this new segment. I know it was a little herky-jerky because this is the first time that I'm actually kind of reporting out on these numbers and these sections, if you will. So with that said, let's jump into the inventory segment. Alright, so here we are at the last and final segment of the report out, and this is to do with the inventory. So let's talk about the inventory now. So pieces uploaded. Now I'm actually thinking about moving this section now over to the production segment, the second segment we just went through, because it's nice, but I really want to talk about the inventory, not really the process on this segment. But since I haven't moved it over yet, we're going to talk about it right now. In August, I uploaded more pieces than I did in July. You know, I uploaded 7.1 thousand new parts, 10.3 thousand used pieces. So less pieces used, more new pieces. You can see here that this percentage grew much more than it did over last month. And year to date, we're kind of in line. I mean, almost in line with my year to date percentage. So kind of keeping that pace now. Now, the good thing is, the interesting is that I almost uploaded the most parts I'd ever uploaded. So 17.489 versus 17.496. Literally 7 pieces away from tying my record upload. So better luck in September. We're going to try to beat that. And you can see here that this is sort of the breakout. And you can see that, you know, I definitely focused a lot more on new than I had in the past 4 months here. So let's talk about pieces as we ended the month. How did we close out the month? We closed out the month with more pieces than I've ever had in AZClickyBrix's inventory. We closed out the month at 46.5 thousand pieces, which is fantastic. More new pieces, more used pieces. It's a great month for uploads. Wish I would have sold them all. Lots uploaded. Alright, looking at lots. So very, very similar story. Looks like we uploaded 378 new lots and 2,900 used lots for a total of 3,280 lots that were uploaded in the month of August. So not as many as I did in July. July was just a boom of a month for uploading, but got close. All right, lots. How did we close out the month with lots? So we closed out the month very, very similar with pretty much the same story as with pieces. It's the most new lots I've ever had in my inventory, the most used lots I've ever had in my inventory, and the most total lots overall. So really good story there. Really like this number, like this yellow bar being here. And you can see that month over month we're growing. You know, the inventory and lot counts are growing. Not necessarily a good thing, but so I need to really work on selling this stuff now. All right, inventory aging. So not really much has changed here. These numbers did kind of dip slightly down. Haven't really eliminated the 2020 inventory yet, or the lots, I should say. So definitely working on that. I know I'm getting close to that 1 year mark for these lots right here. And I think what I'm going to do is when I get to this area, when I get to October, so next month, I'm actually going to look at all of the lots that I have in there that were loaded in October. And just by knowing the inventory and what's moved and what hasn't moved, if it's a lot or an element ID that just hasn't moved, like nobody wants it, I'll probably put a big discount on it just to get it out of the store. And if it's something that moves, I just haven't created a new lot, I haven't sold out of it yet, I'll probably leave it priced where it's at. So this is kind of where we're looking. Lots aging is kind of moving over. So, you know, it did drop down here some, and in August I did have a lot of new lots that were added, new lots that never existed before. All right, inventory color. So, looking at the color, a lot better story this month than last month. And I think, well, I know that that's really attributed to the fact that my sell-through rate was not that great in August. I think it was sitting around 52%, no, 48% sell-through rate, which is just, it's horrible. So I was able to actually get out in front of a lot of the colors. So versus the top 20 colors that sold last month, here's where my inventory is sitting for those colors. And there's only 2 that are really, should be in that concerned area, but they're not real high moving colors. It's bright light blue and translate blue. If I see these big red boxes up here in these high running parts, I should definitely be concerned, but I don't, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. All right, well, thank you for joining me on my August 2021 report out. I tried to keep it a lot shorter as far as time goes versus the July one. The July one was almost an hour. I'm not quite sure where this is going to end up yet, but I wish I had better news than what I did. August was just a horrible month for us, and all we can do is let it roll off our shoulders, look at September, and charge forward. Some of the things that I want to talk about for September real quick are the categories. I had mentioned that earlier on. I'm definitely going to be expanding out the categories to 28 to 30 categories now. I really like what I saw when I did that with the 2, so I did some math, and I think 28 to 30 categories might be that sweet spot to be the most efficient. We'll see. So something new I'm going to try in September. Also going to remain focused on piece count. I definitely want to get the pieces in there. I think the lots are just naturally going to come with the piece count. My lot count, it's pretty... It's actually, I think the lot count's quite high for the number of parts that I have in my store. I would like to see, when I have 5,600 lots, I would like to see a higher piece count. So definitely going to be focusing on the piece count. And if anything else happens to cross my mind, I'll definitely be trying it out and keep you guys updated on what's going on. So thanks again for joining me. We'll see you in a future vlog.